So a lot of people, when they buy their first drone, they get frustrated. Some people even lose their drones after their first takeoff, and I'm having wind and I'm losing it. Boom. And then there is this headless mode button, which helps the beginners to control the drone even better. And I will push this stop button. There were cases where people lost their eyes because of the drones. If you leave it alone, it will fly away. Today I'm going to show you how to fly this drone. This drone comes with this type of remote control and with a so-called virtual reality goggles or glasses. But as I have shown in my previous videos, these so-called virtual reality glasses don't really work well. You can't really put them on your face and you can't really concentrate your eyes on the screen. So today I'm going to fly this drone with the remote control only. But this model is available with remote controls with the screens, with small screens or big screens. So maybe those options are better. As usually, we need to turn on the drone first and then the remote control, so that the remote control establishes connection with the drone. Now let's turn on the remote control. This remote control comes with the incorporated battery inside. You can't remove it unless you disassemble the casing, and you charge it with the C-type USB cable. Here you can put a cell phone, but for this model, as I've shown in the previous videos, the app doesn't work, which is probably logical because these drones now come with the remote controls with incorporated screens or with so-called virtual reality glasses, so you don't really need an app. But in the instructions it says you still can use an app. I tried that app, it didn't work, and I've shown it in my previous videos as well. So we turn on this remote control. Some remote controls require some extra actions to synchronize with the drone, but in this case let's check if it already established the connection. And as you can see, it has established the connection already because we can start the engines on the drone. The design of this drone is safe. The blades of the propellers are not exposed, so there is less chance that you can get hurt by this drone. Nevertheless, this protection here, the plastic is very thin, it breaks easily. Something to keep in mind: if you hit the drone into an obstacle, probably this plastic will break and will detach. I will show you now why this drone is safe. I'll try to fly it to this rock. You'll see what will happen. It will not fall, it will be touching the rock. The fact that it will not fall will allow this drone to stay in the air and avoid crashing and avoid extra damage, because if you crash into the rock, some plastic pieces will fall off probably. So let's see how it works. As usually, this stick, if you move it up, it will fly up. We turn on the engine and we fly it up. Now I have wind, so I will also have to change the speed mode for this drone. I will put it into the highest speed mode. 2 beeps will mean medium speed, 3 beeps will mean the highest speed, 1 beep is the lowest speed. When you turn on the drone, it is automatically set up to its lowest speed. This drone is very sensitive to any debris that may get into its electric motors. The propellers may get stuck very easily, something to keep in mind. So we're turning on the engines, flying up with this stick, and then with this stick we fly sideways to the right and to the left, forward and backwards. And with this stick to the right or to the left, you rotate the drone around its axis. So now I'm in the highest speed and I am able to bring the drone back to me because it is able to resist the wind that I'm having here. Now let's approach the rock and see what will happen. You see it's touching the rock and it didn't hit the wall. If the propellers were exposed, the drone would already fall down. But here nothing is happening, as you can see. And this is the advantage of this kind of a design. And of course it is safer for people. If it hits someone, there's less chance people get hurt. But don't stay too close to the drone anyways, because the plastic propellers may break at some point. They may have cracks, and you should avoid staying too close to the drone anyways, to avoid any pieces flying into your face, your eyes. There were cases where people lost their eyes because of the drones. There are news that some people were hit into the face with the drone, and some of them unfortunately lost their eyes. So be careful with this. As you can see, this drone is pretty stable in the air. The only problem I see with the drone is that it doesn't have any LEDs in front. When you want to fly this drone without headless mode, you need to see where the front of the drone is. It helps to control the drone, but when you don't have the LED lights in front, like wide LED lights that some drones would have, you may have difficulty controlling the drone, especially in the wind. So as you can see, this is the way we slide to the left, we slide to the right, we go backwards, we go forward. And when there's wind, you also need to kind of move the stick opposite the wind direction so that the drone stays in its position. If you leave it alone, it will fly away. This drone doesn't have any GPS positioning, so you'll have to keep this drone's position in place by manipulating the stick here all the time. When there's no wind, it's easier to control this drone, and for the beginners it's better to start flying this kind of drones inside in large spaces or outside when there's no wind. Now let's check what buttons we have here. We have automatic takeoff and automatic landing. As you can see, it works perfectly, but still, if there's wind, you need to control the drone with your stick. So this button is to take off and land automatically. If you are a beginner, I suggest to fly in manual mode. Fly yourself. Turn on the motors and then move the stick up and take off slowly so that you don't lose the control of the drone. Next button is the stop button. If you see that the drone is flying away and you lose control, push on this button and keep it pressed until the drone turns off. Some drones just turn off and fall down. Let's check how this drone will work. I will fly up and I will push this stop button. As you can see, the motors were turned off and the drone fell on the ground. But I see that the LEDs are still on. It didn't turn off. It's still on. In some drones the power would turn off as well. I think having the LEDs on is a good idea, because when you stop the drone this way, you need to find it then, and lights may help you find the drone. Or let's try even to fly up again, and as you can see, it's actually allowing me to turn on the electric motors, and it's also a good thing because you still can hear the sound of the drone, or you can try to take off again and this way it would be easy to find the drone. Or in dark places you can see the LED lights. Next thing is the usual controls, camera angle. You can move the camera. As you can see, the camera is moving when I'm pressing this button. And then there is this headless mode button, which helps the beginners to control the drone even better. In normal mode, when you move the stick forward, the drone will move forward in the same direction where the front end is pointing. If you rotate the drone with this stick, the drone will rotate, and then move the stick forward, it will move in the same direction where the front end is pointing. At the same moment you may have wind, which is moving the drone even more, or you may not see the position of the drone in relation to its axis, especially if it's far away from you. So at this point it becomes really difficult to control the drone. You start rotating it, but the drone moves in a different direction. It doesn't really follow your directions. So you may get lost while controlling the drone. So for the beginners, or for other cases like when you need to have more control over the drone, you may turn on the headless mode, which means that then the drone will not take into consideration the angle of the drone in relation to its axis. You will be able to rotate the drone with the stick around its axis, but when you move the stick forward, backwards, to the right or to the left, it will always follow the direction of the stick, independently from where the front end of the drone is pointing. So for example, you rotate the drone like this and you move the stick forward, the drone will move forward. You move it to the right, it will move to the right. You may rotate the drone again and move it forward. The drone will move forward like this. It won't move forward in the direction where the front end is heading. It won't go like this. So this helps you to control the drone as if it was an object that's always there in the air, and you can always move it forward, backwards, to the right and to the left. When the headless mode is activated, it means also that you need to stay in the same position. You need to be in front of the drone. If you change your position in relation to the drone, this headless mode will work in a different way. If you stand in a different position like this, for example, and try to move the drone forward with this stick, the drone will still go forward because you turned on the headless mode while you were here. So this is important to consider. When you activate the headless mode, the drone needs to be in this position with the front end pointing outside and with the rear end pointing at you. And only in this position you need to activate the headless mode. So let's check how it works. So I activate the headless mode. You will see that the LEDs will start blinking. Now the LEDs are blinking, and this is how it works on almost all drones. And now I'm trying to fly it up. And now I will be rotating it, and at the same time will be moving it in different directions. So I'm rotating it and I'm moving towards myself, and it's coming to me. I'm moving to the right, it goes to the right, to the right, to the left. I rotate it again, it's looking at me right now, but then I'm trying to move it towards me. I'm pushing this stick backwards and it's approaching me. But normally it's going in the direction where the front end is pointing. So this is how the headless mode is working. Now I start rotating it all the time, and I'm still able to control it. And by the way, now the battery is going low and the drone is not able to fly up. And it's losing power and wants to land. So this is how the headless mode works. When I turn off the headless mode and fly up, I will have difficulties controlling it because there's wind now. And now when I rotate and push forward, it will go forward. And now it's going really away from me. It's difficult to control. And I'm having wind and I'm losing it. Boom. And it's fell down. It's a good experiment, like really, even if you have practiced with your drone but you don't have any GPS positioning and there is wind, it's becoming really challenging to control the drone. So a lot of people, when they buy their first drone, they get frustrated. And I should say, don't be frustrated, because this is something that happens to everyone. Some people even lose their drones after their first takeoff. So this is why sometimes it's better to start with really cheap drones, fly them, try them, and then understand if this is something you would like to do in the future. Maybe after the first intent you won't even like flying a drone.